been through it in his life quite a lot. So the revelation of the wisdom of Kabbalah, who could be, God forbidden, to be forgotten from Israel, so it should be amongst people in Israel who are against it. And this is an internal resistance, very personal one, very threatening one. The wisdom of Kabbalah is intimidating a religion people. It scares them because this is how they were told by Shulchan Aruch. And other than that, what will happen next, I do not care. I have this world, I will have the next world, I will have everything if I will keep what is written. The moment you tell him that you won't have the next world just by keeping whatever you're doing, so you are pulling the carpet under his feet. Why should I live for? Why am I suffering for? Do you understand? You understand with which problem, with which evil thing you're coming to him? You understand now why he hates you so much? Because you bring out of it the principle of his life. He was given a book called Shulchan Aruch. If I will keep it, then I will have the next world, the internal world, heaven, everything. No, I don't want to hear and know anything else. So, see how good it is for little people to have something like this. And then you come to him and tell him, no, this is all wrong. It is good for you to exist here in this world at the time of the exile, during your 70 years of life, but that's it. Anything beyond, no. You won't have anything more if you did not attain, as he says in the preface to the Sage's Fruit, if you did not attain the revelation of godliness, then you will have to incarnate once again, etc., etc. You have nothing. Even if you have reached a state of being a complete righteous according to your Shulchan Aruch, the book of Shulchan Aruch, you're fine, you're a good Jew, everything is fine, everything is neat, except for the next world. Don't count on it. The true will of God, you can forget all about it. Also, in this world, you don't keep God's will. But for the time being, you just live. It is as if you're taking away from him the essence of his life. How can he not hate you? You have to understand what the wisdom of Kabbalah is doing to such kids. What can we do with kids who grew older and feel themselves important, confident? They are on the top of the world. They have it all. And all of a sudden you tell them that they have nothing except for being pompous, falsefulness, pompousness. How can it be? How can they agree? So there has to be a revelation of the wisdom here, very gradually, very slowly, in phases, one after the other, until they will reveal it. He is looking at you. Who are you? What are you? According to all his standards. Not the way you dress, no the way you talk, no according to your knowledge in the sources. Who are you? It says, be careful from poor, from which the Torah is coming from. So there are such verses. So what? So they have built for themselves an iron wall. And they hide behind it. This is their inner ghetto in which the believer Jew is in. And we have to come to it with understanding and love. Because this is the process we had to go through during the exile. And man has to be incorporated in it. And to feel it, this exile, precisely in such a way. If he wouldn't have entered religion, he wouldn't have felt the exile. Now, when he comes out of religion, then he feels the exile. We have to understand that all those things complete one another. You know, now we do not understand today what happened during the period of education, how people started coming out from religion. Today you have secular people as a result. And the separation and the problems there will be between religious people and secular people, and the wisdom of Kabbalah will be a barrier between them. When I'm looking at it, I'm afraid from a war of brothers. Real war, not just something inside the parliament of how to split the cake between all the parliament members. These are very deep, very profound things. I don't want to get too deep into it, but we should understand for future's sake what is at stake. This is a very big, very profound problem. And we see it from the Exodus, from Egypt, from the interferences, those who wanted to leave Egypt, to those who said, no, we can be as those who fear God and worshippers of Pharaoh. We fear God, we're the workers of God, we will do everything He wants, but we should work for Pharaoh, for my confidence, for my good position, for my kids and wife. I should have everything. I am willing to work. The Lord will keep everything He will tell me to do. I will do anything, but for my own sake. And that's a problem, and each of us has it, has such discernments in him. Yes. What caused during the time of education to those Jews? No, I don't want to get into it. It's the general plan. The question is, why doesn't it happen today also? Why today they're not willing to give it up? This is a different question. In everything there is Yud Kei, Vav Kei, 4 phases. Today people came out from religion without a clear understanding. Rather, they have just felt themselves that it wasn't satisfying enough for them. They ran away from things. Today, in order to do it, you have to those people who still remain inside the religion. I'm not talking about keeping the Torah and mitzvot that they do. I'm talking about their approach to adhesion with godliness, about lishma. This is what the war is all about, not about anything else. You can remain religion with your tzitzit and tefillit, with everything that you have, and to keep the mitzvot from morning till night. We're not talking about this. We're talking about lishma. What is the meaning of lishma? Which is in order to bestow above man's ego, or is it to do exactly what is written in Shulchan Aruch, in the book, and nothing more than that? So this is what we're actually talking about. This is what the war is all about.